I did want to ask you about the news yesterday with regards to Gary Bettman's announcement that the NHL is going to do away with pride jerseys and other specialty uniforms in warmups. What is the NHLPA stance or response to that news that broke yesterday?
Well, I mean, I think the Board of Governors made the decision yesterday to kind of address an issue that became, unfortunately, contentious this year. To my knowledge, it wasn't as contentious in years past. And what I'm really focused on as the PA is making sure that I get a chance to talk to all the players, understand what the Pride celebrations are all about. If you look at the overwhelming number of NHL hockey players, they are very supportive of the LGBTQ plus community in the NHL. We had some issues with some players that didn't want to wear the jerseys, whether it was political reasons, meaning in their home, or religious reasons. And I think, I was at the meeting yesterday for a brief moment, but this did not come up when I was there. I just addressed the Board of Governors, kind of my first time as the new head of the PA. And this was not an issue that was brought up when I was in the room.
I guess this is one of the things about being a union leader is that you have to represent all your members, and your members might not all agree on the same thing. Was this issue brought up within your membership, and what were some of the things that you heard, if it was, heard from the players, and maybe not necessarily just the players who didn't want to wear the jersey, but maybe some of the leaders on the players that had to then deal with the fallout from those players not wanting to wear the jerseys?
Yeah, I haven't had. I've been in this role for about 3 months now, and when I started back in March, I think it was like the first team or the first player that resisted or had concerns about the jersey. So I have not had a chance to talk to the entire membership yet. I have talked to several players in the NHL about a whole host of issues, including pride has come up in conversations. And as I move forward here into the fall tour, it'll be one of the topics that I clearly bring up with the players moving forward. There's no secret, when I was a legislator in Massachusetts, mayor of Boston, secretary of labor, I am and was at the time and still very supportive of the LGBTQ community. When marriage equality came to Massachusetts by the Supreme Court, the legislature had to protect it. There was a move to eliminate marriage equality in Massachusetts. I was one of the floor leaders in that fight back in 2004, 2005. It went over a couple-year period. So again, I think for me, it's really about, I do represent all the players, and every player has a different perspective on everything. Obviously, a membership has that, and that's what the beauty about a membership is. But I am looking forward to having conversations as we move into the season here, the off season and the season, to talk to players about this issue, but a lot of issues. I think it's really important that we're members and individuals are able to express their opinion however they want to express their opinion. And I think that, if there's an education component to it. And then you have players, obviously, that have issues with, their governments. And their governments, that's a whole different set of problems that we have to deal with as well. I mean, we can't really change the perception of a country's view on a particular issue, particularly around the LGBT community. But I want the LGBTQ community to know that the overwhelming majority of the players in the National Hockey League, in the Players Association, support them, and they're still going to continue. The league's still going to continue to have Pride nights at all 32 arenas, and I think that as we continue to move forward here, hopefully, this concern that people have, individuals have, we can alleviate their concerns.